Hello everyone, this is Rajendran here, and in this tutorial we're going to learn introduction to automated trading using Amibroker, and we're going to learn how it is simple to create a complex trading system in Amibroker and how to automate it in a very simpler manner. So let's get into the Amibroker here. The Amibroker. In Amibroker, it supports a formula language called Amibroker formula language. It's kind of a programming language. You right click, you go to any chart in Amibroker, right click, open the formula, you'll be able to see the AFL editor over here. So all these are nothing but instructions. So where we can give a tiny piece of instructions over here. Each and every line describes what Amibroker should do, how it should plot, what color it should plot. Or it also gives controls as well. If I right click, go to the parameters, it also gives controls. Whereas I can go and adjust these controls. I can adjust these controls, levels, all those things. I'll be able to do that. Accordingly, the indicators also changes. Maybe I can change the color. So everything is a customized code. We can use that code to build our own designs, to build our own strategies, to build our own indicators, alerts, automation. What Amibroker provides is an endless creativity to code your own strategies. The one which you have in your thought, like I want my strategy to be like this. I want a stop loss. I want to have a target. Now it's that easy to build a trading strategy using Amibroker. Now let me show you a very simple design. Now what I've been doing all these days is like I'm just trying to build a modules. Some of the modules I'm going to show you also how it is easy to build a module in Amibroker. Where if you create a lot of building blocks, how it will be easy for you to connect your strategy to automate your trades. Even you can send your trades to your broker. So let me show you. I'll go and open a new blank chart. Here I'm going to go to File, New Formula. So Formula. And I'm using Amibroker 6.39. That is the latest version. So here there is an AFL formula is over here. Let me zoom it. This AFL formula editor is to write our own trading strategies. I'm going to write a very simple strategy over here. So underscore section begin. I'll give a name to that. I'm just going to explain a very simple EMA crossover only, right? So to keep it very simple, because everybody understands what is a simple EMA crossover is all about. Simple EMA crossover. Let's say I want to automate this particular strategy. So I'm going to write section begin and section end is what I have to write. So all my codes, I have to write it inside this block. It is not a mandatory thing. Without that also I can write. I can straight away start coding my rules. But it is a standard practice to keep writing your code, writing your strategies or indicators inside this block. So here I'm going to bring a couple of candlesticks. What I want to plot is, first of all, I want to bring a candles. So I'll bring candles over here. Maybe I want candles with axis, candle with axis. So these are ready-made codes. I already saved it as a code snippets. Code snippets are like tiny piece of codes that you're going to reuse every time. So I'm not going to code every time that I'm going to sit and code each and every line over here. It's a standard thing that I'm going to use my candlestick studies in each and every chart. So I just simply click. I would have saved this as a code snippet. So means you can code your own code snippet. You select the code and you save it as a snippet. You save it, give some name, and you save it, and that's it. It will be available under the code snippet section, so that you can reuse next time. So this plots the chart axis. And this plots the candlestick charts, this line particularly. Let's say I'll save it and then I'll click on apply. I should be able to see the candlestick charts. So this code is a very first beginner level code. If you are very new to Amibroker, you could have seen that it just draws the candlestick. It just draws the axis. Now that is not what I want. I want an EMA crossover. So what I'll do here is I'm going to create a simplified EMA interface. Like I'm going to create an length 1. I'm going to create a param as a control. Param is a function which is used to create a control. let's say like I'm going to say like length 1, or maybe I can say like fast EMA, FEMA. It's a fast EMA. Give some name to that, fast EMA. The moment I type comma, there is also an intelligence also associated over here, which it instructs me what I should fill next. It's asking me for the default EMA. So I'll give 20. And then minimum value is 1. I want to vary from 1 to 200 with a step size of 1. So what exactly this is? Let me explain. And then small EMA as well. Small EMA. Small EMA, I'll make it something like 5. Okay. Maybe short EMA. This is short EMA. Or maybe this is like fast EMA and slow EMA. Maybe we can make it as 50. Yeah. So fast EMA and slow EMA is done. I'll save the code, apply it. So nothing has been changed, but if I right click and go to the parameters, now we can see that the controls are here. So I can change the values. What are the values I'm setting over the slider? I can set the value over the slider. I can set the value over 34, enter over here. That value will be stored under the variable. The variable is here, right, in the code, FEMA or SEMA. This code, by default, it will be having a value of 20 when I am putting it on the chart for the very first time. However, as a user, I can slide between the values so that the value will be keep on changing dynamically when I am using the live charts. So that's the same thing I'm going to plot also. Let's say I'm going to plot those, plot the EMA values, EMA of close comma FEMA. I'm going to plot it. I'll say like I'll give a name to that fast EMA. And then I'm going to say like color. Color, I'm going to plot it like a color yellow. And I'm also going to plot the style with the style thick. And maybe style line also. It's a line with a thicker color. Slow EMA, however, I'm going to plot with I'm going to copy the same line because I want to change only the fast EMA to slow EMA. Here I'm going to say like color orange. Maybe here I'll say instead of line, I'll say style dashed. Right? So a different style is what I'm going to plot over here. Remember, plot, anything is in blue color is an inbuilt function. EMA is an inbuilt function over here. I'll save the code, apply the code. Now we can see that. Now what I'm getting over here. So what I'm getting over here is like slow EMA is the dotted orange color lines. It's a dashed lines. You can see that it's dashed. And the thick line is the thick yellow color line is the 20 period EMA. I can go and see those values. I can set those values in real time. I can change those values. You see that I can change those values. And accordingly, I can move those values and then I can see it. It's very easy. Now, the best part here is I want to add arrows to that. I want to write my own rules. A very simple rule is what I'm going to write. When to buy. I want to buy if the EMA crossover. So I'm going to write a very simple trading logic over here. I'm going to say crossover of crossover of. Let's say if the fast EMA is crossing the slow EMA. Fast EMA crossing the slow EMA. So these are the two data sets I'm just providing over here. And that means whenever there's a crossover signal is happening, it returns true. The value will become true. The condition will become true, and that condition will be held into the buy variable. If whenever there is no crossover, it returns false to the buy. All right. And then likewise sell. I want to exit my position on a reverse crossover. Probably this is more of a slow EMA followed by a fast EMA. This is more of a positive crossover. And here this is more of a negative crossover. All right. Now the simple usage here is I also want to short this setup also. I want to say like short equal to. Short condition is nothing but the same as sell condition. Either I can place like this, or in other words, I can simply say sell. Right? The condition, since the condition is same, my sell condition is also my short condition. What is buy? Buy is like going long. It's go long, and sell is it's like go. I mean exit longs. Likewise, short signal is nothing but go short. So initiating a fresh short. And cover signal is nothing but my buy signal over here. Whenever there's a buy, I also want to cover. Whenever there's a cover signal, I also want to close my old short and initiate a new long. So I'll say like exit short. So up to here, it is very easy, right? So now the best part here is like I am having my trading rule. This is my trading rules over here. This is my trading logic. Under this trading logic, I'm going to build buy and sell signals. So I'm having a ready-made module for that so that I don't need to write. Every time I want to plot the buy and sell signals, once I code the buy, sell, short, and cover, I do use this plot buy and sell arrows code snippet. The code snippet is also available in Market Calls. You just go and Google. If you want this code, you can just simply go and Google Market Calls code snippet buy and sell arrows. Right? So likewise, I had published various code snippets. So one among them is the buy and sell arrow. So here you can go and figure out those values. So where you can go and get those values over here, and you can use those values in your codes. As simple as that. You don't need to sit and write everything. So now we can see that whenever there is a crossover is there, it automatically draws the arrows as well. It automatically draws the arrows. Now, even more, the best part here is, let's say this is a strategy. I want to add stop loss and targets to my stop loss, to my strategy. In that case, I'm having a ready-made module. So what I do create these days is like a lot of ready-made modules is what I do create. I think a stop loss and target module over here. This is one of the module which I built for a different game here. So let's say, no, not this one. It's a different one. It's, I think, intraday modules, maybe. Intraday module, yeah. So if I add this module, just like that, let's say I'm going to add this module to my code. So this is one block, this is another, this is one module. This is module number one. Module number one does what? A simple EMA crossover. Maybe EMA crossover, I'll make it bigger. Now on top of that, this module I'm going to add so that my strategy, it converts my strategy with stop loss, target, everything will be added to my module. You can see that it comes with the stop loss targets. As simple as that. You can build any strategy. All you have to do is you have to build only the strategy, when to buy, when to sell, when to short, when to cover. When to buy, when to sell, when to short, when to cover. Once you arrive to this logic, you can use the plug and play module of this. This is kind of a plug and play module. It's just attached to your code. So what it does here is it converts the strategy into a pure intraday trading system with various controls. I right click, I'll go to the parameters, which I'll reset all. We have our fast EMA and slow EMA, right? I'm having the tick size. I say when to start, when the trading system should start, when the trading system should end. After 3 o'clock, I don't want to take any fresh signals. Maybe I'll say here, I want to take only fresh signals. After 9:30 only, I want to enter my trades. Only after 9:30, any EMA crossover is happening, then only I want to enter. I want to enter any signals which is happening before 3 o'clock only. Any fresh signals which are happening after 3 o'clock, I don't want to enter. And any open position which is running beyond 15:15, I want to cut off all the open positions. So all those instructions, you can use it over here. If in case we don't want a stop loss, you can disable it. Still, it is an intraday strategy, signal to signal. But if in case if you want target or stop loss, you can enable it. I'm just enabling the target and stop loss, right? Followed by that, I can also have a control. Should I want target and stop loss in a point mode or a percentage mode, right? So I can go and define those levels. Let's say I'm just using something like 15-minute time frame chart, or maybe 5-minute charts from an intraday standpoint. Now, what I am discussing here is a pure intraday strategy. All right. So here, what I'm doing, I'm just selecting as a percentage, and I'm just setting the value. Let's say I'm just saying like 0.5% is the stop loss, and maybe 1% is the target. Okay. So accordingly, the strategy will be working accordingly over here. Maybe there's target and stop loss lines. I want to make it a little bit thicker. So I'll go to the lines and then I'll make those lines thicker. So here are the lines. Short start, short target. I'll make those lines dashed also, but at the same time, style thick also. And if I want to edit, I can go and edit those lines. If I'm not comfortable, I want some custom arrangement over here, I can go and edit the code. Right, so this is on a 15-minute module. Maybe I'll go and change it to 5-minute module or something like that. Maybe if you feel like the target is so big, you can right click and go to the parameters, and you can change maybe the stop loss to 0.25 and maybe the target to like 0.5, so that you'll be having a very tight stop loss and tight trades. You can do that. So know where the target is hit, right? Is there any place where the target is hit? Of course not. So we'll take an even more tighter stop loss here in that case. Maybe something like point mode. I'll say like 25 points is the profit and 50 points is the target. Maybe that should work. Some of the places we should see a target hit. So in this case, the target is hitting over here, right? And not only that, here it is taking a long exit. Long entry has been taken and long exit happened over here. Long exit happened over here. Here is the long entry. When the level touches the signal, it takes a long exit. All right, so now what next? Next part is the most easiest part, automation. I want to send this to my broker. So that too, I want to send with a smart Algo Mojo. So I'm going to use Algo Mojo over here. So Algo Mojo, you know, right? Algo Mojo is India's first cloud-based, full-fledged algo trading platform. Right now, you can connect with any of the brokers listed over here: Alice Blue, Upstock, Stagini, Zebu, Angel, and Stock. Any of the users can log in. They can log in with their credentials. Of course, when they are logging in, it only goes to the broker portal. Let's say if I click with the arrow, it goes to the broker portal. Now, from the broker portal only, I'll be entering my credentials. So let's say like I'll enter into one of the test credentials over here. I enter my 2FA login, the trading login, actual trading login. Once I entered into the login, now I can send my orders to my broker automatically. That is the most interesting part. So all I have to do is I have to get the API key and API secret key, and I have to store it in my machine. So I'm going to store it under the folder, one of the folder here. I'm having under the include folder. So there is a folder called include. Here is where I'm having one of the library modules over here. Let's say I'll go to include. So there's include. Yeah, here it is. Include Algo Mojo API. So I'm going to get the API key and API secret key. Of course, I do have a habit of changing the API key in every case. So if in case I feel like it is exposed, I will be clicking on the regenerate key and I'll change it. Whenever I want, I can change it. That is not a big deal. So API key and API secret key. I'm going to get the API key and API secret key over here. I'll save it, right? As of now, this module is compatible with a couple of brokers like Alice Blue, Tragini, Zebu, and Master Trust. So these are the brokers currently it supports. And yeah, so once I'm done with this, I can go and use it like a trading terminal. Like I can go and place manual orders if I want, or I want I can place automated trading also. So automated trading using Amibroker. How exactly that happens? Very simple. I go here and I'll add the Algo Mojo module hash include. So hash include is a library. I had already written a library for Algo Mojo. So I'll say like Algo Mojo dot Algo Mojo slash. It points out to the Algo Mojo folder. So here is the Algo Mojo folder here. Inside the Algo Mojo folder. So if I go to the charts, include Algo Mojo. So whenever I try to include Algo Mojo, under that I'm going to refer a particular module called Smart Order module. So there is a module called Smart Algo Mojo. So Smart Algo Mojo.afl. Right. So this I had included it. And I'll scroll down to the end where my buy sell short cover is implemented to the extreme downside. I go and simply add Smart Algo Mojo buy comma sell comma short comma cover, and that's it. Algo trading is done. So intraday trading is done, algo trading is done. So now I get algo trading controls also. I get what? I get algo trading controls also. I get algo trading controls, I'll get order trading controls, voice alert, sound alert, mail alert, telegram alerts, all those alert control, whatever you need is over here. Let's say I'm just enabling a sound control or maybe a voice alert control. I'm enabling it as of now. If in case if your strategy doesn't has any buy and sell arrows also, it will take care of those buy and sell arrows. Let's say like in my case, I'll go and remove the buy and sell arrows. We already coded the code snippet, right? I remove the code snippet from here. Even if you don't code this also, all you have to do is you have to code this 4 lines of code, and whatever you want to plot, whatever you want to control, only you just plot all those things. Now I can, let's say arrows has been removed. Now I can enable the arrows or disable the arrows from here. You can see that the arrows has been enabled. So there are a couple of arrows also inside over here. That way you can control the arrows. You can control the arrows. There is also a dashboard over here which says whether the algo is enabled or disabled. So I'm going to go and enable the algos. I can enable the target or stop loss from the controls intraday module. And from the Algo Mojo module, I can control alerts. Not only alerts, I can also give a delay if it is required. I'm just going to give a delay also, delay of 1 bar. Means I want to execute on close of the candles. If in case your module is already having a delay, then sometimes we might add a delay in the code itself. So this particular code doesn't have any delay as such. So I'm just giving a delay in my execution process. I'm just giving a delay. So that always the code will execute trades only on the close of the candle. 0 means no delay. 1 means there is a 1 point delay is there, 1 bar. So once the bar has to close, signal stays, then only it sends orders. If signal disappears, it will not send any orders. And algo mode, I'm going to enable it. I'm also going to set the trading symbol. Trading symbol is Nifty, probably 30 September 21 FUT. Okay, exchange is NFO. Quantity, I'm going to set like 50 is the quantity here. And NRML is what I'm going to set. NRML is for regular margin, MA is for intraday margin, and CNC is for delivery. So NRML is what I'm going to set over here. Here also I can set the entry delay and exit delay over here. I'm going to set an entry delay as 1, exit delay is also 1. Okay. And followed by that, what I want to do here is algo mode is enabled and press OK. For a sample purpose, I'm also going to launch the log as well so that I can understand is there any transactions happening over here or not. I'll be able to see the transactions. If somebody is using for the very first time, I right click and enable the trace output, ensure that internal and external logs are already available. Now I'm going to show you the last Friday's activity. Let's say I'll go and run the last Friday's activity. September 3rd, I'm going to simulate using bar replay so that we can transmit orders. Right? During the live markets, we can go back and transmit those orders. And the left-hand side, I'm going to use Algo Mojo over here. All right. So I'm going to use order log section so that if any orders which are coming from an automated trading tool, I will be able to see it over here. So right-hand side, I'm having Amibroker. Left-hand side, I'm having Algo Mojo, so that if any orders are coming in, I'll be able to check how faster the orders are getting fired, that I'll be able to see it from here. So let me narrate whatever we had done so far. We try to build a simple AFL code. We convert that module with buy and sell signals. And later on, we added a simple intraday module, a kind of a plug and play module. I added along with my code that converts any strategy into an intraday strategy. We set the controls over there. Followed by that, I had included the Algo Mojo library. I set the API key and API secret key inside the library. There is an API file is there. Inside that file, I set the API key and API secret key. And I added a function called Algo Mojo buy, sell, short, covers. I mean, I've been transmitting buy, sell, short cover to Algo Mojo. That is what I had done here. Maybe last Friday, there are no signals. Let's see. September 3, right? Or maybe if there is no signal, I'll try to, maybe I try to run with September 2, maybe. I'll try simulating September 2. All right. Let's see. September 2, there are one entry and one exit happened. I'm not sure about September 3. So EMA crossover happens, immediately it did not send the order, but EMA crossover confirms on close of the candle basis, then only order should send. That's how I've been coding. And moreover, it should not take any signals before 9:30. So that is what the intraday controls that we are having over here. And any signals before 5 o'clock, it should not take any signals after 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And it should square off any open signals after 3:15. So EMA crossover, I think it's confirmed. So end of the candle, it should generate a signal here. Let's say it generated a signal. So it generated a signal, but then orders, it went through that. The orders went through. So here in this case, right, the orders has been sent and the order book, you'll be able to see it from here. So you'll be able to see what strategy had sent, all those information that we'll be able to see it over here. So Amibroker strategy. The strategy name, we can able to give it over here as well. If I right click, go to the parameters, I'll be able to control the strategy name as well. If I give a strategy name like my intraday strategy, so that strategy name will be available over there. So I'll be able to understand that, yes, this is my trading strategy. Now, yesterday, I've been talking to one of the I think somebody pinged me over the email and she was asking for an support. She said, like, does Algo Mojo looks into the traders trade, what traders are doing, and do you go and trade against the client? Come on, what are you talking? It's APIs. APIs are these days modern communications, right? Algo Mojo don't go and look into what traders are coding or what code the traders are using, because the entire code will be running under the traders environment.
Sell signal.
No, okay, one second. Sorry for breaking the conversation. So the signal forms, close of the signal only, it generates. When the close of the signal, when the new bar opens, it generates the exit order over here. So that exit order will be immediately available over here, right? So it also generates a sell signal. Just give me a second. If I go to Amibroker here, I'll be able to see the position. So here the positions are not sent. Let me tell you why the positions are not sent. It sends like order is 0. Now what it is trying to do here is, that's why it's called a smart Algo Mojo module. It is not sending any orders because there is no open positions over here. When I send a long signal, it sends order to the broker. It buys 50 quantity, buy 50 quantity. So your position book will now contain, position book will contain plus 50 over here, right? Now when exit is happening, long exit is happening, that's what this signal is all about. So we are supposed to sell, right? This is supposed to sell 50 quantity. But then, hey, the position book is supposed to be plus 50, but then since the market is closed, or maybe if the funds are not available, your order will get rejected. If order get rejected, you don't have this 50, you have only 0 quantity. So if already buy signal is there, and now sell signal is happening, if position book is 0, then it will not send any orders, no orders, because there is no positions. When you don't have a long entry, why you should send a sell signal, right? Let's say you are supposed to start at 9 o'clock itself. 9 o'clock, you want to set up your Amibroker and you want to run your algo. Somehow you missed this. And you are coming at this time. You're coming at this point in time. You already missed the long entry. This long entry has been missed. Imagine this long entry is missed. So now what will happen if you are using any regular module? Short signal is happening. You try to short. Then what will happen? It will try to get, it's supposed to be a long exit. You're supposed to close your long position. But what it will try to do in a non-smart order module, it will try to initiate a sell that will get into a short mode. We don't want to get into that. If there is no long position, I don't want to send any orders. So that's why the order is not taken. So it also gives a warning. No open position is there and hence no sell order is placed. Kindly check the position and take necessary action. So all these instructions you will be getting inside Amibroker itself. That is how the library itself coded. Now, if any short signal is happening here, it will try to take a short. And however, only if the positions are there in the system, actually if any systems are there in the, any open positions are there, then only it will try to exit. No open position, why we should go for an exit? Now coming back to the question, like I was talking to that lady, she was asking for a support and then I was giving her a support. And she was asking me like whether algo traders will be coming and trading against the clients. Of course not. That's how it doesn't work. The reason is whatever the APIs you are using in Algo Mojo, right? It only transmit what you are buying and what you're selling to your broker. All those details, whatever you are transmitting, if you buy, that will be visible under the order log and from your order book. It's the same thing which will be available under your order book as well. So this order book is maintained by the broker. Of course, if you go and log into your broker, you'll be able to see the order book, the same trade book, position book. All these instructions are retrieved from the broker's API. Using the broker's API only, we are retrieving it. It's such a secure API. So most of the brokers are very much concerned about this kind of issues. And exchange itself already concerned about these kind of issues. So next part is like there's order log section, which is provided for auditing purpose. Tomorrow, if you want to know what are the orders which are punched in your machine, what is the response, whether the order got triggered, it's sent to the broker, or it got failed because of some exchange issue or because of some broker issues. So you will be getting those instructions over here. This is like your Amibroker is transmitting, which is received by Algo Mojo. And the second one is like received by the broker itself, and broker gives a confirmation, kind of an acknowledgement with the order number. Every order it is getting generated, an order ID will be generated, and that order ID, the very same order ID, will be available in Amibroker also. All right. So what control will be there with Algo Mojo? Obviously nothing much, only this order log is what it will be stored in the Algo Mojo server for 30 days. Right. So tomorrow, if in case if you want to search, you can go back and search that particular day's data. If you want to store and you want to download this as an log and you want to do analyze on your trades, you want to know which symbol got triggered, whether all the signals are coming properly or not. You want to do such kind of troubleshooting purpose, the order log is provided over here. All right. Otherwise, Algo Mojo will not know what strategy you are running, because entire strategy is running in your Amibroker. Algo Mojo doesn't bother us about that, and none of the people who are working in Algo Mojo doesn't know what you are doing. because the API itself, API provided by the brokers itself, such a robust APIs. I want to clear the myth, so here it is. And then when it comes to how many strategies that we can run, that is another question that many traders, they do ask. And the other question what people are asking most of the time is like, can I automate the same thing in options? Is there any way where I can automate in options? Yes, it is possible. How we can automate in options? Let me tell you, it's very simple one. For time being, I'll do one thing. I'll remove the, I'll save this code, okay? I'll save this code as, I'll also share this file under the webinars application itself. And let's say I'll create a, let's say I'll say like Kwanzaa preview AFL coding. Amibroker, simple futures and smart automation with target and stop loss. Now this is one way to do that. Another way to do that is like, I want my signals to be in futures, but I want my execution in options. Is there a way to do that? That is what I'm going to answer. Now, once I'm done with this, I'll take questions. I guess a lot of questions are here. I'll take those questions. So I'm going to copy the code. So in this code, I'm going to remove only the smart Algo Mojo feature. I'm going to show you one another plug and play module, which you will be very much surprised the way the things are designed. Okay, so here, the other one is the smart Algo Mojo, right? Smart Algo Mojo I kept over here. Exactly. Here is the smart Algo Mojo. Okay, so I save it. It's a very old formula. So I'll file save as, I'll save it under the name Kwanzaa preview AFL coding. I'll say like Algo Mojo. So I'll say like Amibroker options execution strategy. However, this code contains what? My simple AFL code. I'm also having one more module called Intraday module. Now, on top of this module, I'm going to add one more module. So the module is like options module. I'll go to the tool section. I'll go to Amibroker modules. I go and download a module called Spot or Futures to Options Order module. I go and download this. So here there are two files are there. One is a library module. Another one is the actual coding module over here. So here is the module here, which contains two files. One is an Algo Mojo options. This is a library module. So this library module, I have to apply it inside my library. So my library is available. I go to the charting section. I'll go to include folder. Under here, I already pasted that file under the name. What is the name exactly? Algo Mojo options. So here is the file name. Inside the include folder, I kept it. Now there is one more module here. This is another plug and play kind of module. I have to add it to my strategy. I'm going to add this module. So I'll copy this instruction. I'll go to the strategy. I'll go to my Amibroker strategy here. At the end of the code, I add this module. And that's it. So now the strategy itself capable of transmitting option orders. How? Let me explain. So here is the code. I click on apply. It applies a chart here, a new chart. All right. So here we have a new chart. And remember, there is also one more control I had added over here. It's one of the very interesting control. If I right click, go to parameters, there's a control to say how many trades I want. Should I want 3 trades in a day, or I want 4 trades in a day? I can decide how many trades, how many entry and exit I want. I can decide over here. Okay, that many crossovers are happening. If there are multiple crossovers are happening, it will try to take only, let's say if I say 2, only 2 entry, 2 exit only will be happening over here in any given day, that particular day. Now, along with that, I'm also having a control. Notice a control here. I'm having an client ID. I have to enter the API key. Obviously, I have to get the new secret key as well. I go and get the secret key. Go and get the secret key because just now I got changed, right? So this secret key, I'll go and get it. And I'll select the broker. While pasting, ensure that you are not giving any spaces. Select what kind of order you want. In my case, I want a market order and then I want to send an, since it is an intraday strategy, I want to select intraday orders. I'll give a name to that option strategy. I want orders to be executed in Nifty. And I'll say expiry date is like I want to trade in weekly options. So I'll say 09 September 21. That is the expiry date. This expiry date depends upon broker to broker. Some broker will be using like 09/09/21, something like that. They'll be using in a different manner. So it depends upon your broker symbol, how to use it. In my case, it is like 09 September 21. If you're option buyer, I have to say B. B stands for option buying. That means when buy signal is happening, it will buy the options, call option. When sell signal is generating, it will exit the call option. When short signal, that is bearish signal is happening, it will try to buy a put option. And when exit signal is happening, it will close out the put options. And that is the offset control is there. By default, if the offset is 0, it is at the money option. It will try to buy at the money options. So in my case, I prefer to use 2 strike in the money or 4 strike in the money. A negative value represents in the money options, whereas positive value indicates out of the money option. So here -2 in the sense it always try to buy 2 strike. 2 strike in Nifty means 100 points in the money. For example, if Nifty is trading at, let's say Nifty is trading at 17,300, then 17,200 call option is in the money, 2 strike in the money, or 17,400 put option is my 2 strike in the money. So accordingly, the orders will be punched whenever the signals are happening. Signals are same signals only, but execution is in options. So signals are, I'm running my signals in futures. All my analysis are running in futures, but my execution will run in options. Likewise here also I'm selecting the quantity 50. I'm enabling the algo mode over here, enable. Now here there is a static variable is over here. The static variable is like, if I go to Windows and interpretation, you can see that there are temporary memory over here. These memories are clear as of now. This information will hold if there is any immediate orders are sent. It will be remembered in the temporary memory. Even if you close Amibroker and reopen also, these memory will be stored. It will be maintained. If in case if you want to clear it, there is a clear button has been provided. As of now, it's clear, so it doesn't matter. If in case if you want to clear, if there are any values that you want to clear it off and you want to start fresh, always a clear option is recommended. Okay, that's done. Now what else here? Now I'm going to say, let's say I'm going to run a simulation on, let's say like this August 26th. Maybe we have some long signals also, short signals also. So let me go and simulate on August 26th. Okay, so I'll clear the logs also so that it's very easy to understand what action is happening. So I'll go and execute on August 26th over here. August 26th. Click on play. So if any signals are happening, maybe I'll try to run it at 5 times speed. 5 times is the maximum speed you can simulate using bar replay. You can test after market hours, any number of orders you can go and test before going live. That's not a big deal. If in case if you want to simulate during market hours, you can always run with a 0 quantity to fire orders and check it out. So you can see that the orders has been taken. There is a long signal got fired. When these long signals are getting fired over here, automatically you can see that it is buying the 2 strike in the money call option is what it is getting purchased over here. Now, let's say I'll try to simulate the activity further. And it will try to close the position only if the position already exists in the system. Otherwise, in options, right, it can get into option short selling position and it will consume huge margin, or at times even it could end up in a margin penalty also. So Smart options are enabled over here also. So you can see that the short signal happened. It had sent up put options also. Okay, so as of now, quantity is 0 because the order status is rejected. What I'm getting is the order status has been totally rejected over here. So if I go to the order book, you can see that the call option and put option has been purchased accordingly over here. I think today there is a mock session is here. That is the reason why Nifty is showing a different value. Right? Maybe today is Saturday, right? So today we might have a mock session. Sometimes Saturday, the exchange do conduct mock session with the brokers, and the Nifty value could be a bit different. Maybe if you're noticing today my Nifty value is different, most likely it is because of mock session. So whatever is the current Nifty value, for that value only the at-the-money options and in-the-money options are calculated. Accordingly, in the money options, according to this data point, the at-the-money options, in the money option, 2-strike in the money options are calculated. 2-strike in the money is like 17,500 call option, because 17,600 is in the money to the current situation, and 17,700 is the in the money put option. Accordingly, the size will be calculated. Now remember one more thing. Here I try to do a small mistake over here. The mistake here is like I set quantity in lot size. I sent like 50 lots. If I say one lot, is like quantity. Amibroker internally knows that what is the lot size of Nifty and what is the lot size of Bank Nifty. So if in case we are selecting Bank Nifty, automatically one lot indicates. If in case we want to trade 5 lots, you can say 5. And that's how it is. Let's say I'll go and simulate further. Let's see what happens. I'll go and say, I'm just now changed to 5 lots over here. So right now you can see that the memory is full. If in case you close and open, what will happen? The internal memory will be still restored. So these are internal memory, like in computers, we have RAM, right? Likewise, in Amibroker, there is a variable called static variable. You can use it like a RAM. It can store details temporarily. But then the best part is here is like, even if I close my Amibroker, so here I'm closing all my Amibroker over here. I just closed everything, okay? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to invoke my Amibroker fresh. Let's say I'll go and pull Amibroker fresh here. What do you think? The internal memory will be there or not? It will be still there. It will be holding on to that memory. Let me go and go to that particular database. You can see that the memory has been available there, so that if any orders, suddenly if Amibroker closes and reopens, you may lose this temporary memory sometimes, but then this code, it will not lose. It will always hold this value steady. But if in case, let's say if you want to start fresh, only in that case only you have to go and clear the static variables. Otherwise, you don't need to do that. It's a one-time settings and you can keep on running long shot straight away. So that is with the options execution model. This way, right, in Amibroker, the best part here is any strategies, right, from simple strategy to highly complex strategies, can be coded easily and can be backtested easily. And on top of that, you can optimize your strategy, you can fine-tune your strategies, so that one can try to bring a trading system with a slow and steady consistent returns over a period of time. One can reduce the risk, improve the reward. So those kind of functionalities, tools are available in Amibroker. And particularly if you are a Amibroker AFL coder or you want to become an Amibroker AFL coder, one can take the fullest advantage of those particular. You can basically, if your creativity is endless, right, then Amibroker provides endless solution to your creativity. Amibroker feeds to your curiosity. Whatever you want to automate, Amibroker is one of the easiest solution to automate, where you don't need to bother about how to connect with the data, where you don't need to bother about managing a database, where you don't bother about building the execution modules. Of course, if you are really curious, you can do that also. But if your strategy is very simple strategy, execution is also simple, then you have to focus only on your strategy only. You build the strategy, connect with the execution module and automate it. Or if you want to build a complex execution module, that is also possible. Let's say I want to run hedged strategies, or I want to run strategies in multiple accounts. So all those things are possible using Amibroker. Or if you want to build a plug and play kind of module, that kind of things are also possible. Where in our Kwanzaa itself, we run a mentoring program called Kwanzaa, where we do educate our participants on Amibroker AFL coding extensively, 75 plus hours of live coding, where we teach Amibroker right from the scratch. Means Amibroker AFL coding right from the scratch, where you'll be learning systematic trading, custom indicators, how to build, how to design your own indicators, how to build a simple indicator, and how to build a complex indicators, how to build scanners, particularly if you are an investor or you are a trader who want to scan for trading opportunities, how to design your own scanners like volume breakout scanner or all-time high scanner, 52-week high scanner. So we're not going to teach that kind of scanners, but then because that is not a more of a productive stuff, because those kind of scanners are always available in the internet. But then something which is very interesting, like which can be applied on a day-to-day life. How to build such kind of investment scanner. Let's say I have my own technique, but I want to implement that technique, and when that condition is matching, I want to filter out using the scanning. Not only scanning, at the same time, I also want to create my own alerts, my own dashboard, trading dashboards. A trading dashboard which says where to buy, where to sell, it tracks my P&L. It tracks various other things. It tracks the stop loss level, it tracks the target levels, maybe whether target 1 is hit or target 2 is hit. Those kind of dashboards. And strategy backtesting, strategy development, strategy optimization. And more than that, what we are going to discuss this time is like a custom backtesting interface. Like more comprehensively, we're going to talk about that. Particularly, let's say I want to implement a portfolio level stop loss. Today, I want to keep a stop loss of 10,000 rupees for the entire day itself. And 25,000 is my target in terms of rupees. If that target is achieved, or if the stop loss is achieved, then there will not be any trade further on. I will shut down my strategy. So that kind of custom backtesting we will be deploying. We'll be fine-tuning how to fine-tune a trading strategy, how to design a long-short trading system, or how to build an intraday trading strategy, options backtesting, and pair trading. So this is what you'll be learning under the Kwanzaa basics, and particularly Kwanzaa advanced for the users who want to design their own execution modules. How I can design my own execution module for any broker. Right? But particularly here, we're going to take mostly Algo Mojo as a case study. And we will be designing various modules. Let's say you want to build a cover order and stop bracket orders. How to build such kind of modules. Or if you want to build an option execution modules with multi-legged options, how to build those things. You want to run a straddle. You want to run a strangle. You want to run a straddle with the limit orders. What kind of execution challenge will happen? What if there is any peak? Suddenly there is a freak trades are happening, right? Recently, how to prevent from freak trades? How you can effectively code in Amibroker so that you will not get disturbed by the freak trades. And various risk management practices, portfolio backtesting modules. So all those things will be learned over here. You can go through Kwanzaa.in where more detailed instructions are there. Right from 6th of September onwards, we are conducting evening session only on weekdays, Monday to Friday. Right? So if you are really interested, you can consider joining the session. So Arjit is asking what is the difference between Kwanzaa and practical approach to Amibroker AFL coding courses. So let me tell you, practical approach to Amibroker AFL coding is only limited to 20 hours. So here Kwanzaa is 75 hours of content, non-repetitive content, live coding, live mentoring is what you will be getting in Kwanzaa. Right. So, and on top of that, you'll also get access to various materials, AFL codes, 75 hours of AFL coding contents that you will be getting. So that's a difference. There's a drastic difference there. Which one you should go, Kwanzaa or practical approach to AFL coding? If your question is like that, then Kwanzaa is what it is recommended. Right. Will you be really covering all the topics mentioned in the website in Kwanzaa.in? Right? Yes, absolutely. I'll be covering all the contents which is there. If it is not covering, I'm still taking additional sessions. Generally, we say 75 plus hours. At times, if the syllabus is not covered, we'll take additional sessions to cover it, because generally I educate people very slowly only. So we take time. If at all any additional time is required, we spend additional time and we close it with whichever the things are not covered. Saurav is asking, sir, if I purchase genuine Amibroker, how many PCs or laptop can we use? See, if you are purchasing Amibroker, generally there is no theoretical limit on the number of computers you can use. But then it is good to limit. If you are using in 3 or 4 machines, it's okay. I don't go beyond that. That is what my recommendation is. And that is what Amibroker itself, they are recommending in their portal itself. But there is no, theoretically, there is no limit to the number of machines that you can use. As of now, they are not restricting. But if your license is getting abused, they are blocking in from remote. That they are doing it for quite some time now. So be aware of those things. Neeraj Kumar is asking, sir, can code every monthly movement of Nifty? How much moves in Nifty, Bank Nifty till December for backtesting? Can code every month movement of Nifty, how much moves in Nifty in January or February till December for backtesting? See, that is very easiest thing to do in Amibroker. I'll tell you how to figure out how many points Nifty had moved from the open to the close of the month. Right? So all you have to do is you have to write a simple code only. Let's say I'll say like my buy strategy is nothing but I want to buy when the month has been started, start of the month. Start of the month, I can say like if the month is not equal to reference of month, comma, -1. This is start of the month. Let's say start of the month. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy Nifty, maybe Nifty futures. And I'm going to sell at the end of the month. So how I can determine that it is end of the month? Maybe last week also we talked about such kind of things, right? End of the month is very easy. If you see the last week, we talked about seasonality trading system, right? So seasonality, where is the seasonality over here? In that itself, we had discussed about those things, how to implement seasonal trading systems. Seasonality. So here we have a, not this, but day of the week effort. So here we used this already. If the new month is 4, right? When the new month starts, I'm going to purchase in the new month. Maybe I can also say like instead of doing like this, I'll say like new month starts. I'm going to buy when the new month starts. And reference of new month, comma, or maybe we can say like end of the month, right? So new month, comma, -1, that is or 1. So 1 month, one day before the new month. It's like 1 day before start of the new month. I want to exit. And I'll say like position size, set position size. I always want to purchase only 1 share. So 1, SPS share. Just to check how many points Nifty had made. Just to check how many points Nifty made each month. Okay. I'll send it to analysis. Here is analysis over here. I'll go and ensure that a couple of things. One is I have to remove the futures mode because I don't want to trade in futures mode. I want to know how many points Nifty had made each and every month. Then next, what I want to do here is I want to do one more settings over here. One of the important settings from the charting section is like there is a section called report section. Under my report section, so reports, I'll say like there's something called absolute profit table. I'm keeping it in thousands. I don't want in thousands, I want in ones. So I just reduce it to 1 so that I'll get the divider as in terms of number of points, it's the actual points I'll be able to get. And that is one more final settings I have to do. which is nothing but I have to go to the information. I remove the contracts to 0. I'll reset all those values, so that because I'm not going to backtest, I don't want to know in lot size. All I want is, when I run this backtesting here, obviously, do I need short and cover? Of course not. I want only long and exit. Month open, I will buy. So when I buy it, actually I want to buy at the monthly open, right? So month opens. So I'll say like buy price. My entry price is value when buy signal is there. I want to enter at the open. And when sell signal is there, I want to exit at the monthly close of the candle. So my sell price is different. My sell price is like value when I want to sell at the close of the month. So this is like buy at the month open, and here it is like sell or exit at the month close. So now I'll run the back test. Of course, here I'm having a very limited data. So what I'll do, I'll gonna shift to last almost 11.5 years of data. The data I'm having is right from 2011 to 2021 July. So here I'll go and click on backtest. Of course, here also I have to do the same settings. I have to remove the futures mode, and I have to go to the information, remove the round lot size for Nifty. Remove this round lot size. Margin deposit, I'm just removing it over here. I'll click on backtest. The trades are not happening. That means still something I'm missing here. Maybe what I'm missing here. I want to do it on monthly time frame, right? Monthly time frame is what I want to do. Or maybe daily time frame also works good. What I'm missing here. Okay, lot size I have to reset. That's the problem. Backtest. So I get the complete details. And if I go to the charts, I'll be having a table section over here. So this is what it made. How much monthly points Nifty had made from 2011. 2011, it had lost some 1,173 points. It had lost. Maybe it's kind of a bear market. You know, each and every month, how much points it had gained or lost. You'll be able to see it over here. Month-wise, totally year-wise, you can be able to see those inside the profit table. We can use that profit table as in terms of number of points. Maybe one more thing I have to do it over here. Actually, I have to disable the commissions, because it also try to add commissions to the trades as well. But our motive is to capture how many points Nifty had made, right? So you can see it in terms of percentage, you can see it, or you can also see it in terms of number of points. Also, you can see it as a profit table. So this is like actually month start to month end, how many points Nifty had made from open to the close, that you'll be able to understand from here. Is the session is getting recorded? If you ask me, yes, the session is recorded. And yes, all the AFL codes which are discussed here will be available under the same course module itself. It will be available. Anytime you can log into the Febinars application, right? So if you already logged in, you can go to that Febinars application over here. I'll bring the Febinars application. So I can go to the Febinars application. So the course Introduction to Automated Trading using Amibroker, anytime you can log in and you can start using the AFL codes. Probably by tonight, all the AFL codes, whatever it is discussed, and the entire recordings will be available inside the Febinars application itself. And you can also access the Febinars application from your Android mobile apps also. Okay. So Pawan is saying, like, I think there is a glitch. The buy signal is 17,500 CE, but August 26 price is at 16,600. See, Pawan, let me tell you, what I am trying to generate is a real-time orders. the real-time orders will be always calculated whenever you are sending any signals, right? Here, the options calculation, I am not keeping it in the Amibroker side. I'm keeping it in the Algo Mojo side. So Algo Mojo takes care of the execution over here. So Algo Mojo in real time, when orders are sent via Algo Mojo calculates the Nifty spot price. From the Nifty spot price, it determines what is the in the money options strike price accordingly. So if Algo Mojo reads that Nifty value is like from the broker side, Nifty value is like 17,500, then automatically 17,600, then 17,500 will be the in the money options. So it is calculated on top of the current spot price, real time spot price. And that is definitely not a glitch. Do we have to create multiple codes to trade more than one symbol? Not necessarily. You can use you can reuse the same code. You can deploy it, and let's say the same code, if I want to run in my Bank Nifty, what I have to do here is I have to deploy the code in, I have to let's say I'll have to right click. I'll say I'll open a new tab, and here I'll go and deploy it. I'll say apply. A new code will be deployed, and this code I'm going to configure it for Bank Nifty. Go and configure it for Bank Nifty, right? So if I right click, go to parameters, I can go and set the AP key, AP secret key is going to be the same. Maybe I'll say like strategy name is like Bank Nifty option strategy. I select the spot symbol as Bank Nifty. I select the expiry date as like maybe something like 09 September 21 for weekly options. Or if it is monthly option, then you can go and enter the monthly option symbol 30 September 21. If you're an option seller, you can go and sell the options over here. Selling the options is like when buy signal is coming in futures, it is a bullish strategy, right? If it is a bullish strategy, it will go and short in options. It will go and short the put option. Whereas if buy signal, if it is happening, we buy the, instead of buying, we sell the put option. If short signal is happening, we short the call options. So that is what the transaction is all about over here, options transaction, right? So B is for option buyers, S is for option sellers. All right. So that's a very simple thing over here. And yeah, you can enable the algo and you can start using the algos. Very simple. Nothing much to do. So you can reuse the code in same time frame or different time frame, multiple tabs you can run, multiple strategies that you can run. Or let's say if in case, I'll save the code here first of all. File save as. Say like computing the points. Let's say I close everything here. I'll go to the layout. Maybe I'll save this as a separate layout. Say like automation layout. Or if in case if you want to have multiple charts in a row, you can also define various layouts also, various different layouts you can have it. So that will be helping you to understand the strategy much better. Windows, layouts, I'll say like right vertically. You can design such kind of layouts also, if in case if you need multiple layouts. These kind of settings are also possible with Amibroker. You can simultaneously run as many number of charts. Generally, in a single computer, right? 4 charts can be run. If you're having multiple monitors, maybe 8 to 12 strategies one can run. In a single monitor, it is advisable to go up to 4 to 6 is what generally you can run. But if in case if you want to run hundreds of symbols, but in that case, one have to use Amibroker exploration modules. So where you can scan for the opportunity. When the buy or sell signal is happening, it will transmit orders on 50s, hundreds of symbols you can transmit orders. That is easily possible from Amibroker scanners or exploration modules. We take some more questions here. Asha is saying, I used a crack version of Amibroker. Can you tell me, does the original version hangs or crashes if testing intraday strategy for say 5 to 7 years? So there won't be any difference. Amibroker is Amibroker, irrespective of whatever version it is, first of all, right? It will not crash. So it doesn't matter. Should we need to feed the option strikes live GDFL data to Amibroker for executing option buy based on Nifty future signal? Absolutely not. It is not required. If you want to do calculation, there are two ways you can do the option calculation. Let's say if you are having a Amibroker, let's say you're having an Amibroker, and along with that, you're also having a data feed. Strategy is in futures, like strategy is in futures, but you want to execute in options. And there are two ways you can do that. One is you can use Algo Mojo. You send it to Algo Mojo using place FNO order function. Algo Mojo converts into options. Right? That is done. Also automatically the execution will be done in the options, though you are running a few signals in futures. But using the data feed, you can, if you're using options data, plus you also need spot data. So whatever Algo Mojo does, you have to code it in Amibroker, where using the spot data, you determine which is in the money, which is at the money, which is out of the money. So all those things you can determine. In fact, I also given a sample code also in Market Calls portal. If you are really curious to know about it, you can go to, let's say, Amibroker, Algo Mojo, no, not Algo Mojo, but Amibroker, at the money, in the money. I think here is Amibroker, at the money, in the money AFL code. You just Google it, you should be able to get those code snippet. It's a code snippet, by the way. You can copy that code snippet and you can use it along with that. Maybe this code has to be configured for each and every broker. For different vendors. So here I designed for the symbol format. For this symbol format, I had written the coding so that it says whether it is in the money, at the money, or out of the money. Very simple code snippet. So anybody can readily copy it. If they are using a global data feed, they can easily copy the code and they can readily use this code. So it says whether it is in the money or at the money. Every bar, it calculates the in the money, at the money, out of money calculations. That is always a possibility. And the best part here is the people who are looking for option Greeks. There is again a very interesting thing here. Let's say I'll try to bring something like a Nifty, one of the options strike price. Say something like Nifty 9 September 21, 17,400 call option. Okay, 17,400 call option dot NFO. It's slightly out of money. I want to pull up a chart here. So I'll go to the charts. I'll go to the basic charts price. So I got the option symbol over here. Now I want option Greeks. Now how to get the option Greeks? That is also very simple. If you're already having the Algo Mojo, let's say if you're already having that Algo Mojo library, Algo Mojo library is also open source. You can go to that specific broker. Let's say I'll go to Algo Mojo application over here, where exactly it is. Oops. Here. So from the brokers portal, you go to API documentation. From here, you go to the Amibroker library. Inside the Amibroker library, let's say if you want to get the option Greeks, let's say you want to get the delta value in real time, you can just simply copy the code, and that refers to Algo Mojo option Greeks library. And what one can do here is they can get the option Greeks value directly over here. I can add a simple code to that. Maybe I'll say like I'll try to bring some small indicators or something like that. Here I'll go and add the code. I'll say probably I want the option Greeks in real time. I'll go and configure the option Greeks. I'll set the expiry date as of like 29/9/21, right? That's the expiry date, right? That's expiry date. I'll say I want to select underlying as futures. So from the futures, I want to calculate the options data, and I want to select the data as global data feed. Now, once it is done, what I'm missing here, nothing much. Parameters. Expiry date is like, okay, futures expiry date is on 30 September, right? So 30 September, 9/21. And likewise, here also I'll make it like, instead of weekly, I'll make it as monthly, 30th September 21. September. Yeah. So I can use futures or spot as an underlying. Some people want to use futures as an underlying. Some people want spot as an underlying. So you can get the real-time option Greeks. You can get the option Greeks, or maybe you can go and get the other things like, if you want gamma to be plotted in real time, that is still possible. So this is gamma. Gamma is, as of now, it's flat. And maybe theta, you want to see real-time theta. So this is mostly for option lovers. So 39, okay, just change the date to 39. Yeah. So monthly expiry, and also finally I'll also bring the Vega also. It's 39. Okay. And obviously implied volatility. If in case if you want implied volatility in real time also, that is also possible. So yes, you can see from here on all the option Greeks in real time. You can see the historical data. If you are already using any data feed like global data feed, you can directly start using it. That is always a viable option. If all you have to do is you have to go and download the Algo Mojo library, Algo Mojo library, you can able to figure out from here. You can go to algomojo.com, go to the API section. From the API section, you can always go to the supported softwares. Here you can go to Amibroker docs, and here you can go to the bridge installation. You have to install the bridge, you have to install the library, and once the library is installed, readily you can use these codes to access the implied volatility, delta, gamma, theta, vega. All one have to do is one have to set the strike price in a right manner. I mean, the expiry date is what they have to go and set. Right click, go to the proper parameters, set the expiry date, and you're done. And the expiry time as well, of course. What if I don't use Algo Mojo, but I use other API bridge? Will I be able to access these code snippets? Yes, of course, you can use those code snippets. Definitely, you can use those things to generate signals. But for execution, right? So whatever the code which I discussed is execution code only for Algo Mojo only. Venkateshwar is asking, while using Algo Trade, do we have any risk of slipping of stop loss? Yes, that is a main question which many of the trader has to understand, because particularly option sellers has to understand, because they are the one who are at extreme risk these days because of this freak trades. One thing that you need to know here is there are two types of orders while placing a stop loss, particularly. One is stop loss order. Another one is a stop loss limit order and stop loss market order. So keeping a stop loss, one can consider using stops, two types of stop orders. One is SLM orders. Another one is SLL orders. SLM orders it gives confirmed execution. I mean, we can say like, we cannot say like it doesn't confirm the execution, but it involves, there is a fair chance like your execution is guaranteed. Your execution is guaranteed. Price is not guaranteed. Price is not guaranteed. Price will be, it will be exiting at which whoever is ready to provide at that instant. Where the next immediate buyer or next immediate seller is available, that is where it gets executed. So price is not guaranteed. So this order involves a lot of slippages. Whereas SLL order, there is a chance like the SL order always, execution is not guaranteed. But the price is guaranteed. So under normal market conditions, fill will be happening, normal volatility. Fills are possible. So fill happens most of the time. So we can say like 99% of the time the fill happens. Very rarely if it's a illiquid segment, maybe fill might get skipped. But if high volatility conditions, something like, then suddenly there is an announcement is happening from the finance minister. Suddenly Nifty shot up by 100 points. Or suddenly Nifty is moving, suddenly Nifty crashed by 200 points just because some bad news. So those kind of places, suddenly what will be happening is a lot of limit order cancellation will happen. If limit order cancellation happens, then this order might get skipped. Okay, there's a chance like if you are using SL limit order, it might get skipped. But if you are running algos, which one is more recommended? SLL orders are recommended, particularly for option traders. SLM is not recommended at all. The reason is in low liquidity environment, this is which is responsible for the freak trades. So freak trades, recently, if you've been in Twitter or any other media, the SLM order is what it is triggering the freak trades. SLL order is safe from freak trade. This is like safe from freak trades. If the orders are getting skipped, then we can loop it and we can execute at market order. We can convert into a market order. Market order with some price protection. We can use some sort of price protection. There are a couple of price protection orders are there, price protection. So if you go to the API itself, maybe most of the brokers, they don't provide. But in case of Algo Mojo, if you are using Algo Mojo, if you go to the API, and if you go to that particular broker, let's say Alias Blue or Trigini, or most of these brokers, they do provide in place order, there is a facility called market protection. You can just simply Google market protection, you'll get to know that. If you are sending with orders with market protection, then you will not be vulnerable to freak trades. Right? So you can just Google what is market protection is all about. Later on, you can just go and search all those informations. How long is Algo Mojo session valid? So it doesn't log out, first of all. If you are feeling like it is getting logged out, you can report it to the support team. They will be helping you out on those things. Generally, whenever you're logging in, it will be valid till midnight, 12 o'clock. Once AFL converted into Algo, every day needs to open Amibroker and start it. Yes, of course, every day you have to go and start it. Or if you want to automate those features also, there are various facilities. There are some open source tools are there. So Microsoft itself, there is a tool called, maybe it's called Power Automation, I guess. Maybe recently they had launched this very interesting tool, Microsoft Power Automation. So you can go and download this application and you can automate anything, any browser applications or anything that you can go and automate. So you can automate a browser login, or you can automate an application, and like Amibroker, you can invoke Amibroker using these kind of tools. And the best part is like it is free to download also. So it's from Microsoft itself, highly trusted one. Maybe I'll show you how it works. Maybe if you haven't seen Power Automate, Power Automate Desktop. They have two versions, I guess, Power Automate Web and Power Automate Desktop. So I'm going to show you how this Power Automate works. I'm having a sample module here. I'll show you how this thing works. So that is one application I had, a small tiny application I had designed here. Just give me a second. Now this module, right? This module, you can, anything you can automate. You can create a flow, what you should do, how to fill the passwords, everything. You can fill the flow and the flow will be happening automatically. You can automate your desktop, you can automate your mobile application, you can automate for web, and you can automate for Microsoft Teams. A lot more things they had providing over here. Anyways, I'll show you how it works. So I'll run this application. So it opens the browser automatically and it logs in automatically. So that's what it does. Maybe I'll show you one more time. Stop it. So I'm launching it. It's opening in my other monitor. So it's, you see that it's going to log in automatically. After a few seconds, it does the login, it does everything. So I'm not doing anything. It just log in to the portal, it enters the login ID password, and it does login. So that's what it does. Now, these kind of simple automation, you can, simple workflows, you can go and design, you can edit those workflows, you can automate those workflows, you can schedule those workflows. What I showed you is from the web only, but you can automate anything and everything using Power Desktop, Power Automate Desktop. That's a very interesting and innovative tool, and it's free to try also. Right? That's the best part. So you can create such kind of flows, whether what you want to do. I want to launch a Chrome application. I want to click on a web link, and then I want to enter my user ID. I want to enter my password, and then I click on the button. So then I want to automate it. So I just simply want to automate it. I just want to enter, and I want to do that repeatedly over and over and again. So that's what I want to do here. That is totally automated. And that way it is possible. Right, so I guess that's a simplest thing to do. And you don't need to be a coder to implement this Power Desktop automation. You can automate anything. Earlier, only coders can do automation. Now, with this kind of tool, even a non-coder can go and do any sort of automation. They also have a free version. They also have some premium versions where you can schedule all those things. A lot of repetitive tasks you can do it most of the times. Repetitive donkey works we can automate. That is possible. All right. So let me pause here. And I say thank you for coming and attending today's session. If you haven't explored Algo Mojo, you can go and explore Algo Mojo. The best part is like Algo Mojo comes at free of cost if anybody is opening a trading account under Algo Mojo. So see you soon in the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.